Tentative non-confirmation is, we're going to spend a little time here because with this initial case result, this means that the employee's information did not match with one or the other database. It either didn't match with Social Security Administration or Department of Homeland Security. They will tell you which one. It will either say SSA tentative non-confirmation or DHS tentative non-confirmation. Possible reasons for a Social Security Administration TNC would be that their citizenship or their immigration status had not been updated with the Social Security Administration. They changed their name and didn't report it to the Social Security Administration. Or the Social Security Administration has incorrect information on file for them, like an incorrect date of birth or an incorrect Social Security number. For a DHS TNC, the possible reasons are their name or their alien registration number are incorrect. Their passport information could not be verified, such as their photographs did not match with what you had in your hand when you did the photo matching. Or their citizenship or their immigration status has changed and something hasn't been updated. This initial case result requires action by both you and the employee. If you get a TNC, then you have to take that employee aside in private and notify them that you've got this result from E-Verify. E-Verify does provide you with a TNC letter that you can review and sign and give to that employee. That TNC letter also has to be printed out and kept with your I-9 files so that you have documentation that you did notify your employee. The employee has two choices once you sit with them. They can either contest the result or they cannot contest the result. If they choose to contest it, then there's a referral letter that E-Verify provides that you would print out, sign, and give to that employee. It gives them further instructions as to who to contact and what they need to do to get this corrected. This also has to be printed out and kept with your I-9 file so that you have documentation of how you proceeded. Once you give the employee that referral letter, they have 8 federal work days to contact the appropriate federal agency and get it straightened out. The employee can also choose not to contest the result. If they do that, they acknowledge that their employment may be terminated without legal consequences for you because their employment authorization could not be confirmed. The E-Verify does not require termination for a TNC, but you have to tell the Department of Homeland Security if you've made the decision not to terminate. As you go through the E-Verify process, once you receive your final case result, you do close out your case to get that final verification number. After you close out that case, they have a number of other questions to ask you, one of which is that person still employed with you? So that is how you would notify DHS as to whether or not this person remained in your employment. Just like with the DHS verification and process, while the employee is contesting this and you're waiting for the final result from the Department of Homeland Security, you cannot take any adverse action against this employee. They have to continue their employment with the same benefits and privileges as they had before this happened. And E-Verify will provide a final case result for this within 10 federal work days. And again, that will come through your E-Verify account. So when you log in, you'll see that you have pending case results. Any questions so far? After the Department of Homeland Security or the Social Security Administration has gone through their process to finish verifying it, you do get that final case result. And they have several results. The first one is employment authorized, and just like we talked about before, whenever you get that employment authorized result, that means that you are finished. The employee's information matched with the 2 databases, and you can go ahead and either write the number on the I-9 form, the verification number provided by E-Verify, or you can print a copy of that verification page and include it in the I-9 file. The next final case result that you can see is final non-confirmation. That means that the employee is not authorized to work. In that case, their employment may be terminated without legal consequences to you. If you decide decide not to terminate them, and you, of course, have to let the Department of Homeland Security know what your decision is, then that gives them rebuttable premise that they have, that you have employed an illegal alien. So that would look negatively on you as an employer. You can also get back as a final case result DHS no-show. That means that the employee contested their TNC with the DHS. They had the 8 work days to go in and contest the results, and they didn't go. Again, their employment may be terminated if you get this. Those are the 3 final case results. There is one more, as we spoke about earlier. If we entered some information wrong and it still got to that point, it will say close case and resubmit. So you just have to go back through the process again and resubmit that I-9 information and just verify that you've entered the correct information so that it'll go through again. So they do allow for human error. Once you receive your final case results, you can close the case through E-Verify. After that, it asks you if the employee is still employed with you. It's just a little radio button that says yes or no. And then once you have closed the case and answered the questions, they give you a verification number. And it is usually a long number. I think it's 12 or 14 characters. You can either record that case number on the I-9 form or print out and record that in their file. If you want more information on this topic, there's a lot of information to be had at the E-Verify website. They have webinars that are free, they have the tutorial, and they have a lot of other information for the employers who are interested in starting this process. And it's very easy to use and very easy to read. They also have a toll-free number and an email address that you can use to contact them with questions that you have for them. I've also included in the presentation the link to the final text of the legislation so that everyone can read the legislation and know what it says. And then the final piece of information that we have here is my contact information. As I said earlier, I am the person at the county who processes our E-Verify verifications. We've been doing it for about 4 months now, and I've not had any problems with it. It's very quick. It adds a couple of minutes to my new hire I-9 process, and we have not had any problems with it to date. And that's all that I have for you.